The eNCA Royal Palace will be bathed in white today. This as thousands of Shembe Church congregants gather for its annual Mgidi service. Africa's largest church is celebrating the ascension of King Misuzulu KaZwelethini. Senior reporter Siphamandla Goge is there in that sea of white this morning. Siphamandla Goge, thank you for joining us this morning. Obviously, it's a huge celebration for the Shembe Church, but the leadership meeting the King, it's expected this weekend. What kind of engagements are we expecting to take place?
It will be for the first time AmaZulu King meets with members of the church after all the formal and legislative processes have been finalized, after he has been given a certificate of recognition. He has met with the Shembe Church leader of the Ebuhleni side, that is Nkosi Mduduzi Shembe Unyazi Lwezulu, when Unyazi Lwezulu led a gathering and Mgidi at Kwakhangela Mankengane Royal Palace. Today we are in eNCA Royal Palace. Bongamkize will show you these thousands of members of the Nazareth Baptist Church, popularly known as Shembe, that are continuing to flock to eNCA Royal Palace. This is part of the 9th Royal Sabbath and Mgidi ceremony. They've been doing this for 9 years now. It was started by the late AmaZulu King Zwelithini KaZwelethini, but relations became very sour around 2010 when King Zwelithini KaZwelethini was prevented from going to see the ailing leader of the church at the time, Uthingo Lwenkosazane Inkosi Uvimbeni. He was prevented at the gate by senior priests, and for 3 years the relations broke down. They were at an all-time low, to a point that some people say they were non-existent, because that was a taboo to prevent AmaZulu King from seeing one of the church leaders. Shembe Church and the Zulu royal family have got strong historical ties over many years, decades and centuries. And one another significant thing that has happened today is I've spotted Queen Mamtiza from eNCA Royal Palace. So Queen Mamtiza, if my memory serves me well, Bongamkiza is showing you she's wearing something bluish. She is one of the late king's wives. If my memory serves me well, I'm seeing her for the first time attending an event that AmaZulu King Misuzulu KaZwelethini will attend. When we were here in September, she did not attend the annual reed dance ceremony. So it's significant because there have been tensions within the family, and she was seen as one of those who do not support the current king of AmaZulu, that is Misuzulu KaZwelethini. But today she is here. I'm joined now by Prince Thulani Zulu, that I will bring in to talk to about the importance of today. Prince Thulani speaks on behalf of the Zulu royal family, and he will talk to us about the importance of this gathering. A very significant day. Two powerful institutions, the Royal House, the King, and the Shembe Church are meeting today. What does this mean?
Sihlezi phezu kwesivumelwano esikhona phakathi kwesilo esibuzile inkosi uZwelithini kaBhekuzulu kanye noNyazi Lwezulu uShembe. Sokhumbula ukuthi eminyakeni eyishagalolunye edlule kwake kwabakhona ukungezwani kahle okukhulu phakathi kwebandla nendlunkulu, kodwa uNyazi Lwezulu, umholi okhona njengamanje, uyena wathatha wathi uqobo lwakhe uzolungisa lobu budlelwano, okwathi ngomhla ka4 kuAugust ngo2013 kwabakhona ukuthelelana amanzi. Kodwa ke emva kwalokho kwagcwaliseka ngokuthi kube nalenkonzo eyaba ngoNovember. Isilo ke sase simcela ke uShembe ukuthi sekuyothi njalo ngoNovember kube khona inkonzo efana nale eyobe yendulela umkhosi woselwa.
Lenkonzo yenzeka at a time whereby many people are concerned about the security situation happening also too. On Thursday, one of the princes here, Prince Umbongiseni, was gunned down. There were questions about whether this will continue or not.
Yes, inkonzo isifikela ngesikhathi sebhlungu lapho omunye wethu umntwana uMbongiseni elimale ngendlela esingayiqondi kahle, kodwa sivumelene njengendlunkulu ukuthi inkonzo le vele mangabe kunjena kunomkhuhlane kufiwe kuyaye kube khona ukududuzwa ngokwenkonzo ngakho besingeke singaqhubeki nalenkonzo enjengalela.
In terms of the program, I understand that the King will arrive in the afternoon for the afternoon session, but what will transpire today and tomorrow, because this is a 2-day event and tomorrow there is Mgidi part of it?
Yes, in fact, this is the first program, the first session where we have the prayer called Vuganati. Actually, as you can see, the King is not yet arrived, and there are so many other members of the royal family are still not here. But the second session, that is the session when Isabata usually will start. But towards the end, then the King will greet and then talk to people as usual, because the program belongs to Shembe, not to us.
I see here the presence of Queen Mamchiza. I don't want to get into indaba zethu nokuxokozela ukukhuluma khona, but her presence here is significant today.
Very significant, because she is the owner of this palace. She is responsible, and she knows the agreement between the late King and Ushembe, so she starts sticking to that as Inklunkulu.
Thank you very much for your time. Prince Tulani speaks on behalf of AmaZulu royal family, explaining to us what will be happening today and tomorrow, because the program is broken down into 2 parts. Today is all about prayer service, and tomorrow it will be about traditional song and dance, popularly known as Mgidi. But it's not just song and dance. All of that is well choreographed in line with the church principles and values and the way of doing things. This is one of the oldest African churches that still prides itself with being deep-rooted in African culture, tradition and practice.